What's up, guys? It's Zach the Kid. I'm going to be showing you all my Fire King deck profile. The extra deck isn't all the way complete. I'm still working on like what I want to add in and stuff, but for right now the deck is complete. The extra deck's almost there, but not completely. This deck is very cheap, very affordable. I spent about $50 on the whole thing. A couple of the extra deck cards are what's going to kill you. Just really 3 structure decks with some little add-ins. But it's a really good deck, pretty consistent. There's some good combos. Sorry about that. So let's get started. 3 Fire King High Avatar Garunix. He's your boss monster. He's a beast. I like these 3 of them. The only thing that sucks is when you open with it. I'll show you a card that you could use if you do open with it. So 3 of him. 3 Fire King Avatar Barong. He's your searcher. With him, if he goes to the graveyard, you can search out any card and put it in your hand. And that does include spell cards, so you can get Onslaught of the Fire Kings. As long as it has Fire King in its name, you can get it to your hand. 3 Fire King Avatar Chiron. Now, since Yakusha is not released in the TCG yet, you're going to have to go with what you have. So Fire King Chiron is one of them. He is good to put your cards in the graveyard. Say you can't get to a Garunix, so you need to put a Garunix in the graveyard. Set him, get him destroyed. Then you have a Circle of the Fire King set. You could activate that to go to your Garunix. 3 Flameville Fire Dog. Good card, 19 beater. If he destroys somebody, you can get a 200 or less defense, and almost every card in this deck is 200 or less defense. So you can get him and special summon it. Good to go into XYZs, Synchro, stuff like that. 3 of them. 3 Flameville Magician. I like to use like a kind of a XYZ Synchro kind of deck. So of course I'm gonna have a tuner. So this is my only tuner, and he's pretty good. He's the best tuner you could find for this kind of deck. 200 or less defense. He's only got 200 defense, 1400 attack. So, yep, 3 of him. 2 Max C for that draw power, because really this deck's kind of like you'll have trouble finding 40 cards to get into this deck. So you want to, find some space fillers. So Max C's 2, and 1 Trag. Like Trag for my defense. When he's there when I need him. I don't think I really need 2, but if I do, I can side at another one. Okay, that's it for the monsters. And now on to the spells. 3 Onslaught of the Fire Kings. Onslaught of the Fire King is your main spell card. Really one of the main spell cards. Get out your Garunix, get out any kind of Fire King, and it also has a good loop with Garunix's ability. You can loop some Garunix to keep Dark Hole in the field, if you know what I'm talking about. 3 Circle of the Fire Kings. Good spell card. It's quick play, so that's a plus. If you have a Garunix in the graveyard, you can, combo this with Chiron's ability to get your Garunix out pretty easy. Also, there's a really good loop. If you have a Garunix on field and a Garunix in graveyard, this is what you do. You activate this, you destroy your Garunix on field, get the one out of your graveyard, then every standby phase, you're just going to keep Dark Hole in the field. So, it's a really good loop. Your opponent really won't know what to do about it. That's one way you can, get a good loop going with this deck. 2 Rekindlings. I like it at 2. I think 3 is too cloggy. If I need to side one out, I can, but I really prefer not to, because it's a good card to have. Since I play a lot of, going into synchros and stuff, I need this card since I can get all my monsters out. I can synchro as many times as I want. It wins games for this deck. Staples, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, and only 1 MST. I side out another one if I need it. If I need that extra back row hate, but usually 1's enough for me. Because I like when my cards get destroyed by card effect. Because Fire Kings, that's what they strive on, is getting destroyed by card effects and getting their effects off. 2 Call of the Haunteds. It's a good card to have in this deck. Since you get your monsters in the grave a lot, you can get a Call of the Haunted out. Then you can MST your own Call of the Haunted if you want and get your effect off. So it's a good way to get those extra effects in, get those monsters on the field. 2 Torrential Tributes. It's a good card to have. I like to side one out usually if I don't need one, but only 2. It's pretty broken in this deck because your monsters get their effects if this card goes off. So it's a good card to have. 2 Bottomless. So you can get those boss monsters off, because this deck, sometimes it is kind of slow. This isn't an OTK deck most of the time, but it can be if you get the right combo. but bottomless. You can side them out if you need to. One Mirror Force. I know someone colored on it, but Mirror Force, just defense. One Judgment. One Warning. Staples. And one Starlight Road. I like having Starlight Road. It's one of my favorite cards to use. I can Dark Hole myself and bring out my Stardust for that win. And you gotta love Stardust. Okay, now on to the XYZ monsters. Remember, this is not complete, but I'm almost there. Start with Acid Golem, rank 3. Wind up Zenmain. Oh, shoot, my bad. Wind up Zenmain. Leviathan Dragon. And on to the rank 4, Abyss Dweller. Good card to have. Photon Papillarative, or whatever, however you pronounce it, Butterfly Girl. Good card to have. Gemnite Pearl, for those rare occurrences whenever you need to get over 2,500. I like to just have them, just for fun. Utopia. And one of my favorite cards to play, because people don't really ever see it coming, Shockmaster. It's fun to have. Sometimes you barely ever get to go into them, but when you do, it's pretty epic. I like to play the Hazy Flame Balatris. I don't know why this card is in here. I usually play this in my TG Stun, but I don't know. I was trying to find monsters to put in here, so I thought I would add them. And this card's pretty cool to play. Heretic Sun Dragon Overlord of the Heliopolis. It's when you summon this card, it's gonna get solemned because it is a beast. Okay, so that's for the XYZs. On to the Synchros. Remember, these are not done, so I just had to throw an extra deck together real quick. TG Hyper Librarian, Iron Chain Dragon, Scrap Dragon. Need this card. This card is a monster. It kills people. It wins games for you. So get a Scrap Dragon. Of course, since I play Starlight Road, Stardust Dragon as well. And one of my favorite cards, Red Dragon Archfiend. Yeah, it's always good to have a 3K beater. So that's it for that. And I'm going to show you some cards that you can put into, however you want to build the deck. Here's some other good options. Raigeki Break, good card to have. Sets off effects, put your monsters in graveyard. If you open with a Grunix, good card to have. Fiendishes, stop them. Good card. Duality, this card is very controversial. It's you're going to be special summoning a lot, so do you really want a Duality? That's up to you. If you want one, get one. This card, since they did limit the warning, I like to add in this sometimes. Compulsory Evacuation Device. It's like another warning for those extra deck monsters. Get them out of there. Deprison. You know what it does. Just that extra defense if you need it. And this is a very, I like to put this card in sometimes. Sometimes I don't think I need it, but it's Horn of the Phantom Beast. It gives Beast or Beast Warrior type monsters 800 attack, and then every time it kills a monster by battle, you get to draw a card. So if you like to be, that attacker, that one that doesn't really play much defense, and you just want to go straight, it's also a defensive card, so I mean it does play defense, I guess. But if you want to be like the pusher and you want to push for a game, it's a good card to have since a lot of your monsters can get this equipped to them, and you get that extra draw power. Those are just some cards that you should think about adding in. Maybe that's what you'd like to do. But thanks for watching. I'm going to be putting a Macro Rabbit deck that I did win first place a couple times on. And I'm also be putting on my TG Stun deck that I used to play back in 2012, and I won quite a bit with it. I'm be giving away this map. I know it's not new. I know it's not $1,000 map, but I'm gonna give it away. And I'm also be giving away some cards on my trade binder. So if you just like, subscribe, and comment, tell me what I should do better. Tell me what I should, anything, any kind of decks y'all want me to build. Just comment. And thanks for watching, guys.